This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Now that we've saved Coyote, time to hit the next step in the Sam Watts murder. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Shadowrun Returns. In the last episode, we went to the apartment complex, got to the top, snuck in through the back and saved Coyote, and didn't have to deal with hellhounds and stuff like that, which is always a nice bonus. So now we're in our little stash area because we saved Coyote, so we're one of the family. You don't talk about the family now, do you? But anyway, let's talk to some of the vendors here. This is where we'll go back after missions, so when we earn some cash, we can finally buy some stuff later on. That's why we can buy some in-game abilities from like Algernon, for example. So actually, let's see what Eric has to sell if he has any. I don't think he has any better armor now, but let me see. Yeah, nothing right now, so we'll just keep what we got. Although I said the Alley Punk one wouldn't be too bad, but we'll leave that alone. Okay, let's talk to, was it TJ Gruberman? Theodore Bastian Gruberman is a well-groomed orc dressed with a precision that suggests the straight lines of a military officer's uniform. His hair is cropped short, high and tight, as they say, and the neatness this presents is only compromised by the uneven tusk protruding from his mouth. The only other defect in this picture of perfection is the man's cybernetic right arm, which is obvious enough to be noticeable, but not so obvious as to ruin the line of his suit. When he speaks, Orc's voice is soft and thoughtful, and he talks almost exclusively in numbers, calibers, ranges, rounds per second, arc of fire, razoring factor, tensile strength, and of course price. Bunker Buster Gruberman at your service. Friends call me Buster. I will also answer to Sergeant, Sir, and even Theodore on occasions. Anytime you're on the market for firearms, ammunition, and ordnance, I'm your man. How can I help? Let's see what you got. Things that go bang in all shapes and sizes, plus other odds and ends on occasion. Consider me your own personal army. All weapons are guaranteed to meet strict UCAS military specs or your money back. In addition, I can handle routine maintenance, repairs, and upgrades if you so desire. And if that wasn't enough, I also teach a safety and instructional course every weekend. This week we're covering bayonets. Mark my words, they're making a comeback. What can I get you? What can I get you? We really won't be utilizing Gruberman's thing because he uses weapons. Well, not for me anyway. And we could buy grenades from him, though. I guess that wouldn't be bad. Or healing kits. I didn't really use any healing kits, so I'm probably good for now. Yeah, nothing they really need, but it's something to consider. All right, nothing new. All right, let's talk to David. Was it David Fry II? Every inch of the tech alcove is covered in a chaotic patchwork quilt of circuit boards, chips, wires, displays, and a million other things that you can't identify. In the eye of this techno-bit storm stands a dwarf, immaculately dressed and supremely calm. I know that look. Don't let the size of the shop fool you. I can get any Matrix hardware and software that exists, and if it doesn't exist, then I can get it made for you. Any questions I can answer, any gear you need. What's a deck? You jack into the Matrix or in the context of a run. When you jack into the local nodes of the facility you're in, the deck determines how many programs and ESPs you can carry and the firearm power of your base Matrix attacks. Decks of IP where the deck IP is reduced to 0, you can boot it from the system, and it'll hurt. What's a program? A program in the Matrix allows you to defend your avatar against countermeasures and enemy deckers. There's a wide variety of different programs for attacks and defense at the different power levels. As you progress as a decker, you can use more powerful versions of these programs. What's an ESPN? ESPN, no. ESP. Johnny, you want to take this one? Sure, when you infiltrate a facility on a run, you have a team. When you jack into the Matrix, you're all alone. That's where ESP comes in. An ESPN is a highly advanced artificial life program. When you deploy it, it can manifest as another team member in the Matrix. Different types of ESPs have different abilities. So yeah, you're by yourself when you do that, so yeah, it gives you a helping hand so the programs just don't wreck you, which can happen if you're by yourself. So what do you have for sale? Yeah, he's mainly decking stuff and abilities you can equip when using the Matrix. A lot of abilities are similar to like spells. They'll increase AP, lower AP. Some will reduce the alarm. What the alarm state is when you're too long in the Matrix, when the alarm hits a certain point, more programs will pop in, so it's a way to prevent more people from dogpiling you, or programs. And it just kind of varies. depending on it. But think of basic programs as magic for the Matrix for all intents and purposes. Alright, let's get out of here. Yeah, Johnny Clean works for David Fry II. Oh, I'm being rude. Let me introduce you to our resident Deca and my good friend, Johnny Clean. I think Johnny Clean's an actual character in the tabletop RPG, but I could be wrong. Well, in the same overalls that you saw him in upstairs, down here, leering over a workbench, crammed with circuit boards, cables, and chips, Johnny Clean seems a totally different person. You get the impression that Johnny was once as hot and as invisible as the most infamous Deckers today. You were an asshole upstairs, but I'll give you another shot down here. Yeah, this is what happens when you just kind of blow him off. Is it true you're part of the Echo Mirage team? Let me take this one. Listen, I've known the guy for over a decade, and he's been smart enough not to tell me, so he is sure as hell not going to tell you anything about those days. For your health and his, best to let the subject drop. Why he's dressed as a janitor? Did I stand out upstairs? No, janitors never do. When I was younger, I had a rep for getting in and out of systems so cleanly that no one knew I was there. Half the Matrix runs that earned me my rep were made possible because I was able to get inside the facility posing as a janitor. Now it's a sort of part of me. It's the best part of waking up. How is Decker used? The decking skill is often used just in terminals in the real world to get information, hack doors, etc. But occasionally a run will have the option or the requirement to go into the local Matrix LAN of the facility you are infiltrating in order to gain access to valuable information or control more important things in the real world. Sometimes you can affect like cameras, guns, and stuff like that, depending on the scenario. See you guys around. But since I'm not playing a Decker, we won't have to worry about that. I mean, Decker is very useful in certain situations. So, anyway, let's talk to the good doctor here, who's working on. Yeah, you can see a little Coyote in the background. Oh, there's her arm. I guess they just had to chop it off or something like that. So, I think Sarah's also a Kickstarter backer as well. And it's kind of weird how it has this regular person, and then they put a demon like holding a charm right next to her. Like when they asked for their pictures, they just did a pose, and then they basically either drew over them or rotoscoped them or something like that. But make it quick. I need to operate. Thanks for helping me out back there. Null Sheen should be okay. Tell me about the night Sam watch side. Looks like you could use a hand. Yeah, Null Sheen. Man, she got messed up badly. We'll see. It's gonna take years to work off this debt. Okay, folks, I'm going to have to ask you to sit in the waiting area. Watson Travis or something. This young lady and I have to work. Take it easy. Coyote will be here when you wake up. Ms. Kabuto never said what kind of cyberarm she paid for. I have some questions. Yeah, let's see what type of cyberarm she paid for. I want something badass. Got one with a laser inside. You'll take what I give you, lady. Now let's have a look at your face. Leave it. Here, leave it. Excuse me? Coyote. I earned this face by being stupid. I'm gonna keep it. End of story. Yeah, realistically, no one would act like that. You're trying to act like some dudes, and you know, most chicks don't dig scars. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, whatever you say, kid. With one swift move, she sinks a syringe into Coyote's thigh. Nighty night. Alright, well, looks like the operation's done. Let's see, did I talk to everyone? I thought I talked to everyone, and maybe there's some vendors you have to unlock. Oh, because after we talked to... Okay. Yeah, Dr. Castle eventually... I don't know if she has something right now, but she eventually becomes a vendor. Which, by eventually, like in like 1 or 2 scenes or something like that. In Shadowrunner circles, the term doctor is often quite used liberally to describe any sawbones of the needle and thread, but in the case of the Union's residential medical expert, nothing could be further from the truth. The safe house boasts a fully equipped medical suite, complete with shamanic fetishes. This is 6th world medicine of the highest caliber. The doctor herself is an unassuming sort, perhaps the type to go unnoticed entirely, if not for the spriety spirit perched on her shoulder like her own personal gargoyle. The spirit's burning eyes follow you constantly, even as the doctor's own eyes are buried in her charts. However, she does look up long enough to acknowledge you approach. I'm Dr. Castle. I understand you were instrumental in bringing Coyote back to us. Thank you for that. And I suppose you were the one who patched her up in present work. We just saw her do that. Anyway. Null Sheen now fixing up her arm. That was a piece of work. You're welcome, Doc. I gotta say, that was some work you did, and her new talents may be going to waste down here. High praise for a simple arm swap, especially since you wouldn't let me repair her face. She notes you eyeballing the facilities. I can tell you're surprised to find a full-service med bay under a dive bar in the sun. Dorthby. This is Shadowrun Bar, after all. For purveyor, cyberware, and trauma kits, there's no better place to set up a practice. I patch runners up, install and maintain their cyberware, and provide medical supplies for their runs. I may not be as mobile as a dark wagon, but I'm the next best thing. Can I help you with anything? Tell me more trauma kits. Trauma kits are fully automated stabilization units that include a defibrillator, spray-on synthetic skin, and medical nanomachines. They can save a runner's life if you move fast enough. So if you're bleeding out, one of those can get you back on your feet? Exactly, but you have to be quick. It's a dark wagon's own field tech, but even this stuff has limits. What is cyberware? Let's see. Yeah, you can, she's like a shaman doctor. Yeah, shaman, you don't have to be a Native American or native of any country to be a shaman. Anyone can be a shaman in the Shadowrun universe, because, you know, you can make your character on that. What's that thing on your shoulder? That thing's freaking me out. It looks like a gremlin, dude. This Vigil guy supports the healing rituals I perform on my patients after surgery, dramatically reducing the recovery time. Not standard procedure, of course, but the results speak for themselves. I mean, I'm not a shaman, but I can ask her about the shamanic things. Modern medical technology makes surgery less disruptive than it used to be. It's still an ordeal to both the body and the spirit, requiring extensive recuperation to properly heal. I trained in the ways of the spirit world as well as the scientific world. I do my best to heal the whole patient. The patient, but nothing but the patient. What cyberware do you have available? I'm not going to do... Well, I might look into cyberware. You have to be careful about cyberware when you want to use magic, like a physical adept or something like that, because it lowers your essence a bit. Which, depending on... I guess in this case, for a physical adept, it's not too bad, but if you take too much essence damage, you can't get a certain rank in certain magic and stuff like that, because you won't have enough humanity left. Let's see, legs. Basic powerful legs. Replacement gives you plus 8 HP and 1 quickness. That's one of the benefits to playing like a street samurai, is you can just essence get rid of all your essence basically for the most part. You still have to have some, but because if you hit, well, at least in the tabletop RPG, if you hit 0, you basically become a robot at that point. See, plus 8 HP, 1 quickness, so you can really improve your stats if you get a. You can even become a decker if you want to by installing a data jack into your head if you want. At this point, but that would be the one. Really nice one would be like the thermal plating, similar to like the Shadowrun regular NES game. But let's see what medical supplies she has. Yeah, she has trauma, the platinum trauma kit, which allows you to restore people to 100% of their total health. The gold one lets you go up to 50%, and the ones we have at 25%. I might eventually buy a trauma platinum one, but not right now. I don't think it's as necessary. So, alright, thanks, Doc. Okay. Yep, we met all the Shadowrunner people. Not that you had to, it's more for, makes sense to be aware of who you can talk to and everything like that. Anyway, let's talk to Coyote. Coyote looks both better and worse than you last saw her. All the gaping holes are plugged up. Yeah, you can see that now her portrait has changed. She doesn't have the bloody eye, now she has the big old scar. Obviously, we never see what she's like without the scar, so it doesn't matter, but... all the gaping holes are plugged, and she's sporting a shiny new cyber arm. Now that the adrenaline has worn off, it's clear she needs some rest. Good morning. Thanks to the miracle of modern science, combined with Doc Castle's magical healing powers, almost as good as new. Better, really. We can make her faster, stronger, but we don't have to want to spend too much money. Nice arm. You ready for some questions now? Can I talk to you a few minutes? Yeah, nice arm. Thanks, Mr. Kubota. Miss Kubota has me working it off for the rest of my life. She knows your expression. You look like you've got something on your mind. I have some questions. Where are we the night of July 13th? No. She flashed you a puzzle list. What kind of questions? About Sam Watts. Sam Watts? What about him? Sam's dead. Sam's dead, baby. Sam's dead. Holy dreck, Sam. I can't say I'm surprised. He was on a downward spiral for a long time. What can I tell you? Tell me about Sam. I hear you liked him. I did. He made me laugh. No one else seemed to like Sam's jokes, but I did. Good friends. Too bad he's dead. Okay, did you guys jam? I assume jam. I don't know all the vernacular of Shadowrun, but I assume jam meant that maybe you got close once or twice. Me too. No candy for tests. Soon. Yeah, let's ask personal questions. Whoa. Whoa. She smiles at Paco. Easy, lover. No, it wasn't like that. We were friends. I guess I knew him the best of everyone here. Sorry he's gone. Yep. You served Sam the night he died. What do you remember about that night? It was a pretty average night. Regular crowd as I remember. Sam was drinking with a guy named Armitage. Jake Armitage? The hero? No, in this world, no one really knows him like that, weirdly enough. I guess all that happened off-screen, or not off-screen, but, like, isolated. Or in Shadowrun, you know, like the modern world, if everyone forgets something within a week, despite it being, you know, readily available on the internet to look up and everything. Yeah, you know him. Met him. He's a charmer, too. She bites her lower lip. I like gingers. Whoa. Alright. Apparently she... Oh, wait. But, never mind. I like gingers. Yeah, gingers. Anyway, Jake and Sam were having a few. Well, Jake was having a few. Sam was tossing it back, but good. Eventually he got loud, the way he sometimes did when he mixed drinking and who knows what, and Mrs. Kubato wanted him ejected. Mr. Clulia wasn't around, can't remember why, so she asked Jake to do the honors. Jake dragged him out of the back into the alley, and that's the last time I saw Sam. So, you said he got loud. Do you remember what he was saying? She thinks. Standard soundtrack, how he grew up rich and didn't deserve this, how he hated his mother and how he loved his mother. It's pretty pathetic stuff. So he's a sad drunk, huh? Did Sam have enemies? Where did Sam live? How bad was his drinking? If it was just his drinking, it wouldn't have been bad. But Sam wasn't the monogamous type. He dabbled in everything. Booze, chips, drugs. He loved the nitro, whatever he could get his hands on. Oh, it wasn't always like that, but once he got sick, he started using more and more stuff to try and forget about it. Sam was sick. Dying. Didn't you know? Yeah, everyone could tell. I could tell looking at him, and see he was a walking corpse. It had to be the drinking. Then he disappeared for a while, and one day he came back all better. What's good, even? I assume he got a replacement liver. Did he say he got better, all better just like that? Hard to imagine. He said his mom helped him out. Never said how, though. Maybe a transplant from a corpse or something like that. Did Sam have any enemies? She thinks. Enemies? That's hard to say. Sam partied hard, and when he did, he ran his mouth off pretty good. Got his ass kicked on more than one occasion. But no, I don't think he had any enemies, at least none that I'm aware of. Where'd Sam live? On the streets, mostly. He occasionally convinced someone to let him flop on their couch. He would always overstay his welcome and get kicked out of a few days. Sometimes I sneak him down here so he could crash in one of the bunks. He used one night before I saw him last. Thanks, Coyote. Now I need you to do something for me. What do you need, babe? I almost want to give him the surfer talk. What do you need, babe? I need you to talk to Mr. Delilah about the Royal Run. He's usually upstairs. Tell him I didn't get the gems. Maybe I can take another run when I recover. I don't know if this is supposed to be a glitch or not, because I told him I would take care of the gems and whatnot, but I don't. I'm not sure. That seems like a little off, like in terms of dialogue. We could still go talk to Tim and get the reward for it. It's just weird. I will. Or maybe the idea is that we're taking the credit for ourselves. So. Alright, so our next objective is to check the bunk right there, but we want to go talk to Mr. Delilah and get the reward for those gems. Sorry, Cody, you're building off your debt some other way. We're going to take the reward for this gems ourselves. And yeah, Paco is already talking to Mr. Delilah, apparently. Mr. Delilah looks small and tough with an untraceable shoddy on his back and a heavy vest under his trench coat. He's got the air of someone who gets things done and occasionally does them himself. He might be an ex-runner, one of the rare ones smart enough to move over to management when he felt his reflexes slowing down. What do you want? Mr. Delilah, we have business to discuss. You, Delilah? Yeah, what's it to you, asshole? Can't you see I'm busy here? You sent Coyote to get you something. We've got it. Coyote sent us. We come to conclude your business with Coyote. Yeah, we got it. At the mention of Coyote, he finally gives you his full attention. Why didn't you say so? Coyote's late. My client is getting anxious. Where is she? She's downstairs in the meds bag. Our arm torn off on the job. She's getting stitched up. Downstairs trying on a new arm. Your run went south for her. No kidding. Well, whatever. She's tough. She'll pull through. So who are you two? Only Fist, he's Paco, the guy that got your goods. What's different does it make? This is Coyote's boyfriend, Paco. I'm Only Fist. What's this, a romance thread? I don't give a crap about boyfriends. Where's the stone? I mainly chose that just to get that response. Give him all the stones, hold back the best stone, and give him the rest. It's better to either just give him the stones or take the bottom one, hold the pebble with the runes on it, and give him the rest, because both can go to the same result depending. So. We'll do the jerk way of doing it. In an instant, there's a jeweler's scope in his eye. Moving quickly through what appears to be the most valuable stones, he stops where he can, or where he can't, find out what he's looking for. He glares at you, furious, and throws the rest of the gems in your face. It's not here! What? He exhales slowly, wags his head as he speaks. Let me explain the way the world works to you. I hire someone to do a job, they do it. Then they get paid, and we're part happy. Now, you have something that I pay Coyote to get for me. That makes it mine. So you give me the pebble, and we won't make any more work for Johnny Clean. Maybe if you told me more about the pebble, it might jog my memory. Was there another stone, like a pebble of some sort, with letters on it? Forgot. Here you go. Double the fee, and the pebble's yours. And he doesn't actually double the fee. It's just double what I currently owe you. Done. Now hand it over. Hand over the pebble. Coyote may have not told you, but the penalty for being late with the delivery was no payment. Then we could have just kept the stone, jerk. But I'm feeling magnanimous tonight, so you guys can keep the gems I threw in your damn face. Mr. Delilah looks you up and down, takes you all in, and smiles to himself. Listen, you look like the sort of man who might run a crew of your own one day. Might need a little talent. When that happens, come to me and I'll set you up. He dismisses you with a wave. Well, looks like you impressed him. I know a fence for those gems. Von Gross, follow me. Alright, and now we can actually talk to Von Gross and sell those gems. So let's get the money for that. Mr. Von Gross, I have a proposal for you. Von Gross is fiddling with a cyber eye while noodling on his PDA. You're back, still busy. What's your story? And we can be charismatic with him to get, like... It doesn't really do much other than just change the dialogue a little bit, but we have some pretty things to sell. You want to see them? Or we need to fence some stones. You're the right guy. I have a fondness for pretty things. Let me see. You hear the servos and Von Gross's cyber eye whir as a magnifying lens slips into position. He bends his head over the stones for 2 seconds, maybe less. Where'd you get this Drek? A gumball machine? I'll give you 1,000 for him. So you can just hold off on that, pay him, which you, if you have the abilities, you want to not just take the 1,000, because if you have a charisma 5, you can get, and you say, I thought you said you were a busy man. Or if you have the etiquette academic option, you can say, did your software and your HUD appraise the value of the stones? Or you can just basically straight up threaten him. This is why I wanted strength 6 for this part. Look into my eyes, Von Gross. He's puzzled. He looks, you look back. The I can make you feel a special kind of pain look. You see it register. Okay, I'm looking. Good. Make me a better offer that you can't refuse. 1,800 and it's done. I think that's the best deal you can get. So you could get something based on something if you do the charisma route or the academic route. But anyway, you got a deal. Give me your cred stick. Now we get 1,800 new yen, so we can buy stuff at the shop. But unfortunately, I don't really have the stats for it, so I can't really take advantage of the money yet. We'll have to do some stuff before then. So anyway, let's go back downstairs and check Sam's bunk and see what our options are, or what's going on down there. So all right, check the bunk. The bunk is a mess and reeks of booze. Searching through the sheets, blankets, and pillows, you find an old photograph that has seen a lot of wear. Look at the image on the photo. The picture is of a blonde boy and girl, both about age 14, sitting on a dock in the edge of a lake. At the dock of the bay, you mean? No. They appear to be twins. The boy has his arm tight around the girl's shoulder and is mugging for the camera. The girl is planting a kiss on his cheek while making rabbit ears behind his head with her fingers. Maybe it's Sam's twin sister or something like that. Check the back of the photo. Written in the woman's hand are the words Sam and Jessica, Lake Samish State Park, summer 2040. Look at the photo. Well, now that we got the photo, what else does it tell us? Well, not much. Let's see if Coyote knows anything about that. You're back. I think the highlights of the Wolves game will be on soon. Want to take a load off and watch with me? Does Sam have a sister? I found something in the bunk Sam was using. You know someone named Jessica? Her brow froze. No, why? That's the name of Sam's sister. Jessica Watts. Yeah, you mentioned her once. It didn't sound like they got along well. They did when they were kids, apparently. Your comm link chips, and the screen shows John Dresden, the coroner from Organ Grinders. He doesn't look happy. Dresden, you don't look so good. Talk. Dresden, you old bone saw. Good to hear from you. Hey, Onifist. You gotta talk fast. Looks like the Ripper got another one. The victim works at the NTSB investigation facility down on the docks. You need there now? Or I need to see that was not an option. Yeah, but you better get here quick before McCluskey arrives. The image on your PDA dissolves and the call ends. Another Ripper murder? Where? The docks. I've got to go. Okay, listen. I want to help. You dragged me out of the Royal before. Something bad happened. Worse than getting my arm torn off, and Sam was my friend. You head to the docks, and I'll see if I can track down Sam's sister, Jessica. She might be able to help out. Yeah, because she still needs a rest from the wound the wound she had and the healing process. I don't need your help. See you around. Okay. Let's see. Yep, let's head out and head to the facility. All right, so let's you know, obviously doing more shopping because we'll go into well, I wouldn't say a danger area, but you know. Yeah, let's head out. The South Seattle docks. Leaving the Seamstress Union behind, you head to the docks. The Ripper killed Sam, and maybe he or she slipped up with his latest victim. We know who it is. Left some useful evidence. Only one way to find out. South Seattle's your typical industrial area. Grit, grime, and gray. The rain doesn't help matters any. Layers of dirt mixed with abandoned wooden pallets, repurposed into makeshift furniture for the day's workers. Garbage collects in the gutters of the broken down streets. Disreputable is the district's middle name. Your destination, the National Transportation Safety Board warehouse, is located on a small strip of dock towards the less maintained end of the waterfront. Despite the presence of those who linger in such places, it's quiet as you approach the gate. Now, if you want to get into something like really fast in this place, if you have the etiquette of security, you can skip bypass something and go straight to the next location when we check inside. Who's that? The Streetwalker. Daywalker. Hey, you looking for a good time? I should go. Yeah, I'm not gonna handle ladies on the street. And know anything about NTSB? Yeah, the bums around here have been stealing old crap from that place for years. Not worth my time, though. Yeah, definitely not handling a lady who's been out in the rain all day. You know what I mean? So, okay. Anyway. But yeah, since I don't want to, since I don't want to deal with, oh, what's the word? I don't want to, really deal with a charismatic run, although that's more roleplay. So I could buy the etiquette. I only needed 2 of charisma to buy it, but excuse me. The Lone Star Guard. The guard looks bored. He toys with his gun absentmindedly, like he might shoot something on a whim just to watch it die. Hey, you're about to trespass on corporate property. You looking to get dusted street scum? And if you had the etiquette, security etiquette, you could say, I'm special assistant to the coroner. You met him, right? He needs me to get things off the tall shelves for him. Yeah. I'm working with the coroner. Bronze open the gate. I'm here to see the body in TSB warehouse. I'm the new maintenance guy. This is my first day. I'm working with the coroner. Bronze open the gate. Sure you are, and I'm Lofrey, the king of dragons. Beat it. Oh, that's not good. We're gonna have to get around somehow. Now, what's this? This popped up out of nowhere. Let's see what this has. Hey, that's mine. Homeless man. Who raised you, pack of wolves? That there ladder is rightfully mine. A ladder? If you had the Charisma 3 option, you can just, just get past them on that way. So, I'm not taking it far. Just need a little boost over the fence. Or you can give him 5 new yen. Can I borrow it for a few minutes? Or I could use your intestines as a rope instead. Oh, you can have it. I didn't mean nothing. I just love being a jerk in these games. Okay. Now we just gotta figure out how to get around. Alright, let's take a look in the general area. Yeah, we just steal his ladder. Let's see. Yep. Where is it? There's supposed to be a spot where you can climb over the gate and everything. Oops. Is it back this way, maybe? No, okay. Sorry, it's been for... when I first played this game, I just had all the etiquettes, and what I do is I would save scum, like, I'd keep my karma for so long, and I'd save scum, like, when I actually need... like, when you didn't know anything about the game. I would save scum to see, like, what would work at certain locations, so... Yeah, it says get out of here, so... Alright, let's see... I thought it was supposed to be just around here somewhere where there's a spot to place the ladder, but it's not popping up for some reason. So, well, looks like we're in a rut. Despite knowing Dresden, we can't get inside. How will we get inside with this rickety ladder? Who's the next case of the Ripper? Will we get our first side quest in this game? Find out next time in the next episode of Shadowrun Returns. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.